Keogh gave Derby an early lead, heading in Michael Jacobs' cross. Another Jacobs delivery was met by Jake Buxton, who made it 2-0. Then Jacobs made a hat-trick of assists, setting up Theo Robinson. It was 3-0 at half-time. Well, after the break, Andy Barsham did brilliantly to pull one back for Scunthorpe. But Buxton's header soon re-established Derby's 3-goal cushion. And so, 4-1 down, Scunthorpe looked beaten, but Mike Grella struck it to make it 4-2. Derby should have gone 3 clear again, but Robinson's penalty saved by Sam Slocum. And then Scunthorpe reduced the gap, just 1 goal when Bobby Grant headed in to make it 4-3. But Nathan Tyson scored for Derby to make it 5-3. That was with just 7 minutes left. Surely it was all over. It wasn't. 8 minutes of injury time was signalled. And in the 94th minute, Connor Jennings forced the ball into the net to make it 5-4. 2 minutes later, the 96th minute, Scunthorpe had a penalty shout turned down, but immediately afterwards, Josh Walker was fouled in the box and awarded a penalty. Could they make it 5-5? Yes, they could. Grant scored a penalty to take the game into extra time. After all that, there were no goals in extra time, so it went to a shootout. And in sudden death, Jennings put Scunthorpe 7-6 up. And Layla had to score to keep Derby alive. He hit the bar, and victory belonged to Scunthorpe. 23 goals altogether at Pride Park. Incredible stuff.
Wednesday's first-half display in the Cup at the start of the week had Dave Jones spitting feathers. Another dreadful start, and his side's championship return did little to brighten his mood. For the second game running, they were 2 down inside half an hour. Nathan Tyson's first league goal in over a year edged Derby in front, who themselves had a point to prove. The Rams' astonishing defeat to Scunthorpe 4 days earlier would give them nightmares for years to come, according to Nigel Clough. But when Jake Buxton stretched the lead, Derby appeared to be sitting pretty. But the 6,000 travelling Owls fans at least had something to cling on to when Chris O'Grady set his sights. That spectacular strike coming on the back of his 2 goals that helped the Owls avoid defeat at Oldham on Monday. And after the break, it was one-way traffic as Wednesday pushed for an equaliser. O'Grady denied a second by the sharp reactions of Frank Fielding. The Owls had 2 goals disallowed before their second-half endeavour finally paid off. Lewis Buxton's cross picked out Gary Medine, and Reader Johnson flicked in a last-minute equaliser to rescue a point. What had been a nightmare start almost had a fairy tale ending for the Yorkshire club. Fielding's smart save preventing O'Grady from turning 1 point into 3.
Bolton's first home league game since relegation saw Owen Coyle's team take on Derby at the Reebok. But with skipper Kevin Davies signing a new 1-year deal in the summer, there's hope that Wanderers can bounce straight back. Derby finished 12th last season, their best showing since dropping out of the top flight 4 years ago, and they were first to threaten. Debutant Connor Salmon burst through on goal but couldn't shake the attentions of Matt Mills, although Rams boss Nigel Clough felt there'd been a blatant push on Richard Keogh in the lead-up to Salmon's effort. The home side responded well to that early scare. Chung Yong Lee turned away from Gareth Roberts, but his shot lacked the power to test keeper Frank Fielding. Marvin Sordell played just 40 minutes in the Premier League, having joined from Watford, but he'll hope to repeat his Hornets form in the Championship. Sordell set up Chris Eagles, but he could only find the side netting. Eagles returned the favour before the break as his cross picked out Sordell in the centre, but his header went just over. Derby created chances in the second half, but they were having no luck in front of goal. Jeff Hendrick burst forward, but Bolton had Mark Davies to thank for his intervention, with Nathan Tyson and Connor Salmon both waiting in the middle. From the resulting corner, the Rams did have the ball in the net, but referee Craig Pawson had spotted an infringement and ruled out John Brayford's effort. Having survived that spell of Derby pressure, Bolton went on to create more chances of their own. Chris Eagles found himself in space, but after taking a slight deflection, his effort was saved by Frank Fielding in the Derby goal. Owen Coyle replaced Sordell with Benik Afobe on the hour to add a different dimension up front, and the change almost paid immediate dividends. Chris Eagle's initial ball in found its way back to Kevin Davis. His cross picked out Afobe, but once again it was Rams keeper Fielding to frustrate the home side once more. But they didn't have to wait long to celebrate their first league goal of the new season. Eagles' corner picked out Davis, and after Fielding saved his initial effort, the Bolton skipper was quickest to react and break the deadlock with 17 minutes to go. Nigel Clough also made an attacking change with 16-year-old Mason Bennett coming on for Nathan Tyson, and he was inches away from an equaliser. His shot squirmed under Adam Bogdan but came back off the post, and Wanderers survived. With the match in stoppage time, Bolton finally made the point safe with the second goal. Chris Eagle showed a good touch to evade two Derby challenges and beat Fielding to give Bolton victory. There was still time for Coyle's side to try and extend their lead. Afobe showed his pace to get beyond the Rams' defence, but again his shot was saved by the Derby keeper. The final whistle went soon afterwards, with Nigel Clough not happy about some of the decisions that had gone against his team.
Consecutive victory, Derby were looking to improve on last season's 12th place, their best finish since they were relegated from the Premier League back in 2008. The informed Sylvain Ebanks-Blake closest to an opener. David Davis's cross was helped back across goal by Kevin Doyle, and Ebanks-Blake struck the crossbar and could only head the rebound over. The Wolves striker who'd scored 2 in 3 games, nearly adding to that tally. Derby pressed for an equalising goal. John Brayford's cross only headed out as far as Jamie Ward, who saw his effort pushed onto the post. Carla Kime in the home goal in outstanding form. Ward's free kick kept out. Connor Salmon couldn't bundle home the loose ball. Roger Johnson, the Wolves defender, just did enough. Wolves went in front 10 minutes before the break against the run of play. David Edwards' run and cross finding Kevin Doyle, who finished off the move in style. Frank Fielding beaten in the Derby goal. Doyle with plenty to celebrate in front of the Molineux faithful. The second half saw Nigel Clough's team dominate for long periods. Only the home keeper's fine individual display prevented Derby from finding a route back into this game. At the other end, Wolves wasted a set piece all alone, but unable to take full advantage. Derby brought on Michael Jacobs and Theo Robinson to provide a fresh impetus, and when the two combined, Robinson looked favourite to score. This time the Derby substitutes finishing let him down. A case of what might have been for the Rams, but they still salvaged a point with time running out, and Akimi in irresistible form. County's late leveller came from a corner kick. Michael Jacobs took it. The Wolves' defence could only partially clear, and when Theo Robinson was presented with a scoring opportunity, the visitors had their reward. A disappointing end for their hosts and their recently appointed boss. Derby thought they'd done enough to deserve at least a point. The goal deep in stoppage time. Wolves 1, Derby 1.